some of your critics say that there is present-day gerrymandering in Massachusetts. They are Republican critics, and they say, look at the southern part of the state, New Bedford, Fall River. There are Republicans down there. What would you say to them?
Well, I would say, first of all, Fall River and New Bedford are now in the same congressional district. So if that was an argument once upon a time, it no longer is. And also, I think if you look at the overall of our 9 seats, they're very geographically balanced. Whatever arguments might have been made in the time of Elbridge Gerry 200 years ago, or even more recently, don't apply today. These districts in the current state, and most states, are pretty evenly balanced. Obviously, there are always partisan considerations when districts are drawn, but this is not a partisan consideration. This is a splintering of communities and neighborhoods, and I think that point, again, is important to make. They're not simply saying, well, let's just change a few towns. They're splintering. We've got some details from our guests about how they're splintering communities of color. They're absolutely shattering them. They're diminishing their ability to be effective in getting representation in Congress. So this is not simply, well, move a couple of lines here and there and we'll pick up 5 seats. No, this is a very deliberate destruction of minority communities with the objective of trying to get more seats. Trump doesn't care, and apparently Abbott doesn't care either. They don't care what they're doing or who they're stepping on to get what they want. And they don't care whether they're stepping on us either, all of us. Again, if you are an American and you care about freedom of elections and you care about voting, you have to be against what's going on here. We don't want to see Democrats doing it. We don't want to see Republicans doing it. But if we all don't stand up and say this tactic is unacceptable, it's beyond the pale, that's what we're going to get. And we don't want that. They don't want this spreading to other states, neither do we in this state of Massachusetts. But we have to call it out now. That's the only way to stop it.
And I just add, just remember to add a little bit to that question too. The Massachusetts maps, in my view, are fair. They were drawn after a robust process and signed into law by Republican Governor Charlie Baker.
Senator, hang on a second. On this accusation that maybe Democratic states gerrymandered just like, or gerrymandered, thank you for that, gerrymandered just like Republican states do. They do it every 10 years. What's so offensive about this is not that there would be political and partisan interest in mind. That's been for all of history. It's that they're doing it in the middle without a decennial census, and they're doing it for the sole purpose of insulating themselves from voter retribution against their failed leadership and bad policies. That's what's wrong with this. Are we going to do this every 2 years? Every time the administration does something that the voters hate, they redraw the maps to insulate themselves from the democratic process. That's dangerous, and that's what's happening. Sorry to interrupt.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm supposed to identify myself. I'm Nathan Johnson. I'm state senator from Dallas.